Hey, and welcome to the live stream, you guys. I know this is going to be a little bit different, so I apologize. But I just thought this was too cool to pass. Something fell. Too cool to pass up and to not share with you guys. So we recently started to look at other fun stuff to do here at the house. And so one of them was SDR. It was actually recommended to us by a friend. SDR stands for Software Defined Radio. Basically, it's a little plug-in, little dongle on your computer. And with that dongle, you can connect to various anything usually between 100 megahertz and 1800 and something megahertz, somewhere in that realm, a large high amount. So with that being said, one thing that you can do that is actually really useful is talk to satellites. And that's actually pretty cool. You can literally, with these little dongle things, connect to Noaa. And I forget what that stands for, but like weather observation satellites in orbit. So with that being said, I'll go around and show you my setup here in just a second. But we have a satellite pass here in 15 minutes here, about 19 or about 7:31, 7:32 Pacific that we're going to catch. And we're going to show you how we do it real quick. And if you guys need anything to do it as well, it's going to be in the description on our YouTube channel. Or if you're on Facebook watching this, make sure to check our YouTube for the links. But basically all you need is some scrap metal, like an antenna cable, which you can get on Amazon. I have the link below, and this thing. It's about a total of not very much money to do. So let me switch cameras over here real quick, and I'll There we go. Okay. Wow, that is not what I want to show. Okay. So I'll go around and show you guys everything. Sorry, it is totally windy, so keep that in mind if you can't hear me. So as you can tell, it is starting to get dark out, but satellite passes, so this is what it's going on. So over here, all we have is a pretty basic set of just electrical wire, and I stripped out the ground, and that's what's here. This is a specific length. It is I believe 1.07 feet or something, 1.7 feet. It matches the megahertz or the frequency of the satellite transmission. So as you can see, all it does is comes in here. One side of it is called the dipole. It's got two poles that are 120 degrees apart. One of it goes to the center, one goes to the side. And this is the connection. I'll put the link on that exactly before. I'll put the link in the description for this connector. And this cable runs to that SDR. And I just found that basically pointed to the south. That's all you need for the source. So on the other side, in this case, I just have it running up the truck. And inside the truck, I have the dongle. And this is by rtl-sdr. It's called the rtl-sdr Smart. It is really inexpensive, and it basically runs into the computer and then runs into software for the SDR, or the software-defined radio. I'll go ahead and switch over to my computer screen so you guys can see what that looks like exactly. As you can see here, this is what I got going on. I don't know if you can see my mouse exactly, so I apologize. But on the bottom, basically, there you go. This is the waterfall, or what we call it. And then this is the waveform. So this is how you receive like an audio signal from our radio. Now, what we do is we're going to take that audio signal and decode it. We're going to send the audio signal from this piece of software. Let me bring this up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the audio from this software and pipe it directly into another piece of software that's called WX to IMG, which is this software right here. This, you can search for WX to IMG restored is what you want to look for. There's all sorts of settings and stuff that you can do, and I won't go into all the details, but what you will find is that you can get a satellite pass list. And in this case, the next satellite pass you'll see is by the satellite of Noaa 15 on May 3rd at 19:30 or 7:30 p.m. And that's going to be a duration of 11 minutes. You can see here on a frequency of 137.62. So with that being said, we're going to go over to our receiver, our audio input software. We can see over here we have 132 or 137.62 set. And on our output, this is very important. We're going to have this sent out to our, it's called a virtual audio cable, this guy here. So, of course, I'm going to struggle finding it here. But that's what you want to do. Once that's set, forgive me. This is the first time I'm doing this. I've just read a lot about this and watched a bunch of videos. So once that is set, you're going to actually just go over to the WX2IMG software and go over to record. You're going to have a bunch of settings here. The basics are you want to create an image. You want it to record and auto process and all that stuff. And then you're going to click down here, auto record. And as you can see here in the bottom, it'll say waiting for Noaa 15 on 137.62 at 2023-5/4, which is the Zulu date, which is tomorrow morning, but 7 hours prior to that, because it's, you know, Pacific time is 19:31 or 7:31 and 59 seconds Pacific time. So we still have about 8 minutes or so until that time. So we're just going to scroll over here and see what we got. We can actually see we're receiving some form of data over here on our setup. And that's evidenced by, you can see the different dots, dashes on the waveform waterfall. Right, for example, right here, you can see little dots here and that kind of stuff. So that is actually digital data that's coming over on the setup. I'm not exactly sure what satellite that's from, but it's a common frequency for satellites that you can see it on. So with that being said, we're really just waiting for 7:31. So we still got a few minutes here. It is 7:23 right now. So we got about 7 + 2, 9 minutes, 8-9 minutes until the actual satellite pass happens. So we'll hang out here. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. But big picture is we really wanted to do this because this is going to provide us a backup source of data, basically. So say, for example, we lost all power. Even if like radio stations, TV were down for some reason, theoretically, these satellites would still be working in orbit and doing the same thing. So we would still be able to access things like weather and get real-time satellite imagery of the Earth to assist in whatever we needed. So it's actually really useful for a lot of different reasons. And I just thought it was kind of cool and something super interesting. These SDRs are very helpful for, excuse me, wow, can't speak. These SDRs are very helpful for that kind of thing. Not only for like prepper types, which are not really still there, yep. But it's just for fun. It's something to do that's kind of interesting, and it's very not difficult. If I can figure out, then you can figure it out too. So yeah, it's very inexpensive. The real big expense is just the SDR, and that's really inexpensive. So something kind of fun. There's something going on in this frequency band, and I have no idea what it is. You can tell by those two lines. It's right at 137. What do you see? 0.287, as well as 137.73. Not sure exactly what it is. You can tell there's definitely power coming over those two frequencies. Like this is my first time doing this ever. I've never done this before. I have no idea if it's going to work. So if it fails miserably, y'all are going to see it live with me, and we'll go from there. So I honestly have no idea. I'm hoping for the best. My antenna is not the best. I have a better one that I'm building right now. As you saw earlier, it is literally just a piece of copper metal. Really, that's all you need. So hopefully we'll get what we need. Big picture here. You can see on the screen too, these different lines that are starting to appear in the background noise. And that's exactly what you want to see. And that's probably just bouncing like reflections off the Earth's atmosphere, stuff like that, from the satellite, or other satellites that are transmitting at the time, because you can see that data coming through right here. But those, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines are all of the data that's going to be coming through. And you'll see as soon as the satellite passes over the horizon and we start seeing it out here, we're actually going to start getting a lot stronger signals. And so it'll be good. Let me plug in this other thing right here. There we go. Okay. See here. Oh, geez. Somehow sorry about that, guys. There we go. Somehow my phone connected to my car again, and whatever. All right, so we got about 4 to 5 minutes until we go completely, until we start getting a signal here. I wonder if, because we are getting data here, it could either be something coming over the horizon from the satellite already, but it's not really centered on the frequency that we should be getting, so I'm not sure. Or it's something else that's just not published, which is a definite possibility. Because the data that we're using from WXIMG is coming off of www.celestrak.com, CELSTRAK.com, and it's both that and WXIMG are very old pieces of software. In terms of software age, they're about 15 to 20 years old, somewhere in that realm, if I had to guess. They haven't really been updated in a long time. So we're kind of just going, I don't know if the software has actually been updated for recent satellites. Let me see here what the most recent, I don't want to mess up the auto record, but basically, from what I remember on the satellite pass list, the most recent one that I saw was like 2009 or something like that. So I just don't know if that software has been updated recently, to be completely honest. So we'll see. Interesting. So it looks like something is happening. I don't know. This SDR stuff is completely new to me, so I don't know if it's a carrier signal starting to come through. We are getting close, right? We are about 2 to 3 minutes from the satellite coming over the horizon, and it's not super accurate, so we'll see. Let me switch over to this. There we go. Alrighty, so we're about 1 to 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna kind of pull up this guy here. I wish I had more real estate here. Sorry, guys. So I'll really come back to this here in a minute as soon as we start getting signal. But you can start to tell from what I saw in other videos when the signal is going to be coming in. The WX-IMG software is actually pretty accurate, but you're going to start seeing data come through like those spikes and this on the waterfall. These are going to become much more prominent and pronounced. And it really should start here in about 1 to 2 minutes. And once that happens on the WX-IMG software, this guy over here, you should start seeing data start to populate. It will automatically filter in that data and processing that data. So we'll come back to that in a second. For now, if you're watching, we're just waiting on this satellite pass to come in. It looks like maybe we're starting to see it a little bit over the horizon, possibly. I'm not sure. Never done this, so this should be interesting. But the signals are definitely becoming stronger. You can see these guys over here in the 136.96 range, somewhere around there. And then it looks like maybe some carrier signals or I don't know how to describe carrier signals because I don't even really know myself. But they're like a baseline signal that you base the rest of the signal off of. So we got about a minute. I really didn't expect anything to happen before it comes over the horizon, and that Kepler list or the WX-IMG software is actually supposedly really accurate. So we'll see here. I'm really looking forward to this. This should be super interesting, and I can't wait to see if this literally actually works. Because I'm a total space nerd, so it's kind of cool if it does. Okay. If I had to bet, I would bet this is from the satellite. These spikes of signals here, right here. But that's just a complete guess. Okay, so it looks like it's recording. If we go over here to our WX-IMG, it looks like it's starting to pull in data. You can see by the black lines down here. So this is kind of cool. Theoretically, there should be pictures. The pass is 11 minutes long. So it'll take a minute for everything to get in here. You can see it's been going for 44 seconds on the bottom of the screen right below my cursor, and it'll be a total pass time of 11 minutes and 8 seconds. So if we go back here, you can kind of see some of the data. It looks like centered on that frequency, 137.62. Right in here is where it looks like it's based on. As the signal, as the satellite comes more directly overhead during the middle, it should become clearer information, clearer data, basically. And we should start seeing more information. Now, it is possible, because we're just seeing black on the screen here, that's all that's coming in. I don't know. We'll find out what happens. I thought there was a little like register or something like that on the side from all the other videos I saw. We'll find out. Right now it's just a winning game. So sorry. If you guys have any questions or whatever, please put them in the comments. I'd be happy to help or answer anything. Not that I will have the answer, but I will try. Excuse me. I expected more of a defined thing, but I guess that's not. I guess I also expected more than just a black screen. I don't know. Maybe it's going to get better. Maybe that's the beginning. I have no idea. I don't know. We'll see. This is my first time doing it. So really, I hope that if you guys are doing this, it works. Oh, man. Sorry. So really, I hope that if you guys are doing this, it works. Oh, man. Sorry. Somehow got a loop in there. But I hope if you guys are doing this at home, let me know. I mean, let me know if you have any questions, or even afterwards, after this video is published. I'd be happy to answer anything, or from, even if it's just something I learned from this. Yeah, really a good antenna I've found is really helpful to this. So I have a really homemade antenna. So we'll see how it does. I don't know. A lot of the pictures I've seen before have like some blank spots around it, so maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. I also could have screwed something up in the settings. That is definitely possible. That is always a possibility, that I screwed something up, or it's just possible that there's nothing there yet. We'll see as the data gets processed, because it looks like it's getting something. It looks like it's getting some form of data right here, 136.97, and on the center of the band at 137.62, it looks like a carrier signal, right? Because it's it's the same thing. So I wonder if maybe the satellite is not operational anymore, or something weird like that. I'm gonna look it up while we wait for this to process. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out exactly what it's doing. I don't know. I was so it looks like it's cleaning up the extraneous noise, so maybe we're gonna start seeing more data. If you look it up on like YouTube and stuff like that, you'll see like definite things coming up on this picture display, which makes me think I am doing something wrong. Because this looks similar, at least, to what I've seen on other people's screens. So we'll see how this goes. Still black. So we'll kind of hang out here. I'm actually going to look up to see about this satellite. So this is the Noaa 15 satellite. I just want to make sure like it's actually still in service, because a lot of the stuff is just old, right? A lot of these, a lot of these satellites may be just out of service, because the software is so old. It's a definite possibility. So we'll wait and find out. It looks like we got about 5 minutes left on this pass. So Noaa 15, operational polar orbiting, NASA provided TV infrared observation satellite. Weather forecasting, latest blah, 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 environmental monitoring. It was launched, oh wow, holy cow. 13 May 1998. Wow. This is crazy. So it was only planned for 2 years in duration, but it has since been operational for over almost 25 years. That's crazy. Made by Lockheed Martin. Entered service 15 December 1998. This thing is crazy. So it's got a radiometer, an IR sounder, space environment monitor, data collection system, tracking system, microwave sounding unit, radiometer, bunch of different stuff. Not sure. But it looks like it's still in service. So we're receiving data of some form. I'm a little confused. Oh. Alrighty. So it looks like one of the instruments that's had issues over the past few years. The AVHRR scanning motor. I don't know what that is. It's been up and down for the past while, but according to this, at least by October of 22, is once again operating nominally and producing clear images. So it's going to sound of impending scan mode or stall mode, of course. Yeah, so I don't know. Outside of this, the problem is that we have to wait till this is done. Problem is, maybe it's I have no idea. I'm sorry, sir. I think there's something wrong. So there's two possibilities, right? There's always a possibility that I am messing up. That is a high likelihood. I've never said I'm perfect, and that is probably what's happening. Number two is that this satellite is having issues, which it has had before. So I don't know. Let me, as soon as this pass is done, we have 2 minutes. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna look up on the pass list, this satellite pass list, I think is what it's called, and see when the next satellite is gonna come up. And not Noaa 15, something else, because we may get a better idea of something that's coming up and seeing if it's my problem, if it's an antenna problem, or if it's a satellite problem. Because I mean, let's be honest, it's probably my problem. It's probably my fault that we're not actually receiving any pictures. I'm just realistic here. The other possibility is that it just may wait until after it's done downloading to display everything. Problem is on all the videos that I've seen of this before, they all see actual pictures coming through as it's developing. So I don't know. You can kind of tell it looks like there's a little bit more noise coming in. Excuse me. Wow. Sorry. I was up early this morning. So we got about 30 seconds left in this pass. I'm interested to find out, and then depending on what it shows, I'll see what the next pass is and maybe come back out. Because here's the thing, even if it's dark out, I'll at least have some good data to say, hey, it worked, it didn't work, something like that. Like my antenna's really that bad or not that bad. So we got about 20 seconds. It's interesting because as you can see, the data is becoming more like spread out, more staticky almost. Like it was before. Not these crystal clear signals like we did see. So all right, so the pass is done according to WXIMG. So it says it's building a map for Noaa 15. So we'll see what it does. I am interested to see what happens and what it shows, to be completely honest. So it's signal processing. You can see in the, you may not be able to see because my picture is there. It's processing, it's adjusting the gain, doing a bunch of different stuff. Supposedly what this will do is it will save a bunch of different composites because this is not a traditional camera on this satellite. It's something different. So it can do a lot of different things. And okay, it's still working. Building a picture. The image is going to be mostly dark, even if it were to come through properly. So we'll see. It's going to take a minute. It's not the fastest computer either, to be honest. It's my laptop, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes up, and if we need to go to the next pass, or maybe wait till tomorrow to see if we can get another satellite. But what this will do, because like I said, it's not, or briefly mentioned, it's not a traditional camera like you'd think on the satellite. It's using like some sort of different camera type systems, basically measuring electrical energy from the Earth and reflected off of the Earth's surface, that kind of stuff. It's kind of weird, crazy math. And it generates the image from that data. So yeah, I have a feeling it's the satellite. I don't know. I go back and forth from thinking it's the satellite to my problem. It's definitely taking longer than I thought to process this, but it is a lot of data for sure, right? They're basically taking an audio image, oh, holy cow, an audio file and converting it into a picture. So we'll see, it's almost done. Almost. And then we'll be able to judge whether we need to come back or not. Did I mention the software is old? So it takes some time, right? Oh, okay. So while we're waiting on this to process, I actually saw on the bottom here, it shows that it's waiting on Noaa 19. So it's actually one of the newer satellites. I'll look that up while I'm talking, but it says at 3:12 UTC, which I believe is 8:12, right? So in less than 30 minutes. So if these Noaa 15 images don't work out, I will not be live streaming for that one. But because I'm basically going to leave it on and let it auto capture. But I will definitely post the pictures of it either on YouTube, on my Facebook, that kind of stuff, to see what it finds. Okay, so from what it looks like, supposedly it saves these pictures. Here. Images. So nothing. It literally is like no data whatsoever, right? These are the 3 photos that it's pulled. So I think my next step is going to be to see what the next satellite provides us. So what I'll probably do, how much battery? Am I looking good? Yeah, why not? So I'm going to actually, so I'm going to go inside and help the kids. But what I'm going to do is minimize this. Come here. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I can kind of see the waterfall and everything else. I'm going to leave this running because I'm going to leave everything in my car on. And you obviously won't see me or this camera here, but you'll see my computer running. Hopefully nothing embarrassing pops up. That'd be good. And I will be back with you when the next pass comes, which is in about 23 minutes. See you in a minute. No. Alrighty, hopefully you guys can hear me. So this was quite the interesting experiment. I have no idea what went wrong. Am I surprised that I screwed something up? Nope. I'm on the right frequency. I know that, but something else is going on, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. So I am going to let this finish collecting. But I'm going to come back, and I'll probably try this again later. And I'll probably have you guys on to actually collect some real photos. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. This was just something fun to do tonight. So I'll let you guys know the luck I have in the future, and we'll go from there. And when I actually get it working. So thanks, guys. We appreciate it for joining us. Thank you so much. And we'll talk to you soon.